Marvel versus DC. A topic that many people have wanted me to tackle, a topic that many people cannot agree on. People believe that DC has better villains, people also believe that DC have better heroes. Other people believe that Marvel have the better villains and the better heroes. No one can agree on which is better, Marvel or DC. So, just like in my Godzilla comparison, I am going to be pitting Marvel against DC, and I am going to be doing this by choosing categories of my choice that are not biased whatsoever, I promise you, because this will be a close one, unlike the Godzilla one. So if you do end up enjoying the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And without further ado, let's continue with this video, Marvel vs DC. Number 1, comics. So before we get into all the movies and stuff, we need to talk about where Marvel and DC originated. The comics. So Marvel was created by a guy named Martin Goodman. Lol, you guys thought Marvel was created by Stan Lee. Well, you're all wrong. Stan Lee was the former chairman and president of Marvel, and he's a big name in the Marvel universe because he is the creator of characters like Spider-Man, the Hulk, the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Thor, the X-Men, and many other characters. Marvel have produced some excellent comics in their time, like the Civil War comics, which pit Captain America against Iron Man, the Amazing Spider-Man comics, most notably the night Gwen Stacy died, spoiler alert, X-Men Days of Future Past, and the endless string of Avengers comics. These comics are so good that most of them are getting adapted to the big screen, and getting adapted well for the most part. On the other hand, we have DC Comics, which was founded by Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson and has no real notable people attached to it other than Frank Miller, but it's okay. DC delivers the goods when it comes to the comic books. DC's comic books like The Killing Joke, which fleshes out the Joker's character with brutal imagery. Superman Red Sun, which tells the story of Superman if he landed in the Soviet Union. JLA Tower of Babel, which tells the story of obviously the Justice League, but more notably Batman having secret files on his computer that shows how he can beat every single member of the Justice League, and of course, arguably the best comic book of all time, The Dark Knight Returns, which got a film adaptation in the form of Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice. But let's not talk about that. Granny's Peach Iced Tea, anyone? But in all truth, The Dark Knight Returns is an amazing graphic novel that is one of the most well-known, well-written, and well-illustrated, and is the best comic of all time, and for that, I have to give this round to DC. Number 2, movies. So now we get to pit DC against Marvel in the movies category. So we're moving away from the comics completely, and now we're doing the adaptations from the comics to the big screen. So we'll talk about Marvel first. Marvel is like notorious for making really good movies. There isn't a lot of bad ones, but when there is, it's like, you know it's bad. Like Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Fan4stick, just terrible, terrible movies. And you get the real gems, like Guardians of the Galaxy, which no one expected, and was a really good movie. You've also got Captain America Winter Soldier. Now, the first Captain America I didn't like. I thought it was a bit boring, to be honest. But Captain America Winter Soldier really picked it up and really made me want to get back into the Captain America franchise. And I'm now looking forward to seeing Captain America Civil War. Iron Man is also really good. The first one is really underrated, I think. I thought the first Iron Man is really amazing. The Avengers, the first one, was, I think, one of the best Marvel movies ever made, other than Captain America Winter Soldier. But yeah, Marvel can make really, really good movies, and at the box office, it's blowing up. It's really doing good at the box office, but we won't talk about the box office because that's for another category. Marvel has also got Deadpool, the most recent Marvel movie that's come out, and that has done really well, and it's got a really good rating, and it was an amazing movie. I gave it a 10 out of 10. But yeah, let's talk about DC now. DC has made some excellent movies, like Batman, Dark Knight. That's like, out of all the comic book movies, that's the highest rated comic book movie ever made. It's at like a 9 now, or 9.1 or 8.9, I don't know, but it's the highest rating out of all of them. You've also got Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins. All the Batman movies are amazing except for Batman and Robin. Let's just forget about that one. Man of Steel, just we'll forget about that. Batman vs Superman, mediocre. We won't talk about that one either, but there's really no other DC movies I can talk about. There's more bad ones than good, like Green Lantern. That was an absolute shitstorm. What else? There's just heaps of bad DC movies that you just want to forget. You don't want to remember them. You don't even want to go see them. So for that, I am giving this round to Marvel.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Number 3, heroes. So we'll start off with Marvel. When we look at Marvel, we've got Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, Daredevil, Captain America, Wolverine, Deadpool, Black Panther. Just a whole bunch of heroes in the Marvel universe. And then we've also got the groups. You've also got Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men, the Defenders, Fantastic Four, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, the Inhumans, just many people. Gambit as well, he's a really good underused hero in the Marvel Universe, but ultimately when I think of Marvel, I think of Spider-Man. I grew up with the electronic books as Stan Lee commenting over it, so whenever I think of Marvel, I think of Spider-Man, so I'm looking forward to him in the new Civil War, and hopefully they use him a lot. So that's the heroes for the Marvel Universe. For DC, we have basically everyone from the Justice League, so it's like Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Aquaman, Flash, just plenty of people. DC haven't done a very good job fleshing out these heroes as Marvel has. Obviously, Batman is really good. They've done a really good job of fleshing out Batman, but unfortunately, Batman is the only character that DC has actually really done well with, and that's all I can give DC really. So for this round, I gotta give it to Marvel. Number 4, villains. So the villains, oh my god. Let's talk about the villains for Marvel. How good are the villains for Marvel, especially in the movies? They've done a really good job. Oh wait, no they haven't. Yeah, I don't think Marvel have done a very good job of explaining who these villains are and actually making these villains like scary and actually making them dangerous and make you want to fear them. They haven't done a very good job. But list the villains for Marvel. You have Ultron, Loki, Red Skull, Mystique, Thanos, Ronan, Magneto, Doctor Doom, Green Goblin, Black Cat. There's plenty of villains, but unfortunately the movies haven't done a very good job of explaining these villains and actually showing them in the light that they're supposed to. The only one that they've got right, in my personal opinion, is Loki. There was also another villain, Yellow Jacket in Ant-Man. He actually wasn't bad. And Ajax from Deadpool, or Ajax Spray and White from Deadpool. He was a very good villain as well. Maybe because the movie was good. But yeah, Loki is also a very good villain in the Marvel Universe. The other villains is just sort of blah. They're just sort of splashed into the movie and you'd never really understand their motives and they're not very good just villains. So yeah, unfortunately that's not good for Marvel. But DC has done a very good job of explaining their villains, which is, good on them. We have people like Joker, Lex Luthor, Darkseid, who is going to be in the next Justice League, I hope. We also have Sinestro, Deathstroke, Brainiac, Ra's al Ghul, Two-Face, Black Adam, Reverse Flash, General Zod, Bane, Scarecrow, Doomsday, Mr. Freeze, Riddler, Penguin, Poison Ivy, just many villains. And Marvel have done, I mean, not Marvel, DC have done a very good job of explaining all these villains, especially in the comic books and in the movies. They've done a really good job. Like every Batman villain ever, they've done a really good job of explaining them in the movies, especially the Joker. They've done a really good job with Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. Hopefully, Jared Leto does a really good job as well. Lex Luthor, he hasn't been shedding the light that he's supposed to, but unfortunately, he's the worst comic to film adaptation. Darkseid, we haven't had a film adaptation yet, but hopefully we'll get that soon. Ra's al Ghul, he's really good in Batman Begins and the games that we've had. Reverse Flash, really good in the TV show The Flash. Bane, Tom Hardy did a really good job of doing him. Doomsday, we won't talk about that one, but yeah. DC is better than Marvel in the villains. That's just a no-brainer. So this round goes to DC. Number 5, the box office gross. So when we're talking about the box office gross for Marvel, it's basically a no contest. Marvel have made more movies than DC, and Marvel's The Avengers has grossed more than DC's highest grossing movie, The Dark Knight. So Marvel has made 40 movies so far that I can see from this list, and DC have only made 26, with the highest grossing being The Dark Knight at 533 million, and the lowest being Steel with like Shaq, I'm pretty sure, at like a 1,700,000. Avengers, the highest grossing for Marvel, is at a 623 million, and the lowest is Punisher Warzone at about an 8 million. So yeah, I've got to give this round to Marvel. So yes, Marvel won 3-2. They won in the movies, they won with the heroes, and they won with the box office. DC put up a very good fight, but ultimately they could not beat Marvel. So yeah, if you like this video, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you disagree with any of my opinions, or you disagree with the overall rating, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you like seeing these type of videos, please tell me, and I guess I'll see you guys later.